We are live.
Is that for me? I feel grown up listening to this shit.
Oh shit. It's a good podcast on this Sunday afternoon. We got Victor, Edin. We got Destini.
Yes.
And we're gonna talk about bike shit. And cool. Fucking. Let me turn off this fucking music. Yeah, anyways, it's hot in this bitch without the fucking AC, but we're gonna make do. Yeah, welcome to the new studio 2.0. The last studio was kind of small, kind of cramped. It was at my old house. Now this one's bigger, feels better, spacious. We were out really late yesterday, and we're drinking beer for breakfast today. So it's that kind of thing. Salute out to everybody.
You good?
Victor dropped chamoy on his shorts. Oh no. And so yeah, a lot of interesting stuff has happened since the last time we did a podcast. We did a podcast, I want to say that was kind of a long time ago, like
beginning of last year.
Beginning of last year, right? Yeah.
Damn,
like,
was that long ago?
It was that long ago. Yeah.
Like February, March.
That's crazy long ago. Yeah. And that podcast was kind of messed up. Like the audio was messed up. So I'm happy we got some new mics and we got some new stuff.
We're good now.
We're good now. But you wanted to tell a story, Chief, about first of all, we did a collaboration where I took out a big sound bike, and with you as a ride, we did the techno bike ride. Yeah, and it was really fun. There's been two actually.
And
yeah.
Both of them have cracked in a good way for the most part, but there's been times where like shit has gone
weird stuff happened. Yeah,
I'm just like, oh fuck, like
I remember you telling me something like, oh, like this ride is cursed or something, or like
yeah,
like we gotta change the name.
After the second one, I think I was like, yeah, we gotta change the name or change the theme.
It's too hyphy. Yeah, it got a little too hyphy. Yeah.
Yeah, for the first one.
Yeah.
Were you at the
She was
one?
there at the second one.
When we had hemorrhage.
Yeah.
Okay, we were at the hemorrhage one.
Yeah. He was
one?
at the hemorrhage, and then we went to the studio, Jason's studio, J.
Oh, that was the one that was the crash outside.
Yeah, the crash outside. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where was the one that you got in a headlock?
Get closer to the mic, bro.
That was the same night.
That was the same night
That
where
was
you
the
got
same
put in a
night.
headlock, and then I had to crack it off.
Well, you got put in a headlock?
Nah, that was the fireworks
Put you in a
ride.
headlock?
That was the fireworks ride.
Oh shit! Oh, I remember. Oh, when I couldn't get into the pit.
No, he's right.
Yeah, when I couldn't get into
Alright,
the
so
pit, you were getting choked out in the back.
Okay, so for the
Damn.
fireworks ride, some fool, like, I was trying to break up a fight. You know me being the peacekeeper, like, hey guys, like, peace and love and shit. And that fool was like, what, homie? Like, hell no, dog. Like, he just like starts pushing me and shoving me. And I'm like, bro, chill the fuck out. And then I start kicking him out. I'm like, you know what? Just get the fuck out of here. Get out.
And of course, they didn't listen.
No.
He didn't listen.
But I called Victor and I was like, yo, you need to get the fuck
This
over
motherfucker.
Oh, I remember you were also inside the gate. Yeah.
here. Yeah.
So this fool, I know him. He's like,
Well,
the
for
homie.
context, for homies that are listening, this is the pit. Everybody knows where the snake pit is, right?
The
All
pit.
kinds of stuff happens there.
Yeah.
There's a gate. The gate's locked, right? And then so cars can't get in. So you guys were inside the pit.
We were inside the. Everyone throws underground shows there. You know, like it's well known. It's not gonna be there for long. The city already has plans.
Yeah,
for
they
it,
have plans for it. I saw that
Eventually.
they're gonna develop it into like a community recreational space type thing, right? Yeah, which is kind of good in a way, you know, because right now it's just like pure degeneracy, like, you know, like. But at the same time, this is the only freedom that we're afforded at the moment. Like, what other spot can we do races and parties and super late nights? I don't
Honestly, if
in
they
LA.
if they put a decent sidewalk in there with a little bit of park space, I'm sure we can still take that over in the middle of the night.
Probably,
I mean,
it'd just look a little nicer.
Obviously, a lot nicer. Which is honestly, I'm not against that at all. If you're gonna fund the community, great. Let the community use it.
When do you guys think that they're gonna develop that? Like maybe a few years from now?
A few years from now, they'll start doing construction, but have it completed probably like in 10 years. Just knowing Los Angeles,
knowing LA and the bullshit
and how
bureaucracy.
the budgets, the budgets get.
Yeah, fuck the.
It gets weird with the budgets. Like
red
they have
tape.
them and then they take them back. Yeah.
Yeah.
And anyways, going back to that story, at the pit, fireworks, right? Past midnight already. Everyone's drunk as shit. And people are just starting like little scuffles left and right. And there was just one where it was getting out of hand because he was trying to fight. This dude was trying to fight everybody already at that point.
Wow.
So and his homies weren't trying to step in, so I'm the one who has to like keep the peace. I'm like telling him like, hey man, like keep it chill, dog. Like we're all trying to be here and have a good time. If you can't keep your cool, then just fucking get the fuck out, dog. Like it's that simple. When I told him that, like his eyes just like turned into hell, and he was just like, I'm gonna kill this fool, and he just drops me to the floor. He puts me on the chokehold, and like. I mean, the guy was big, fool. He was like a big dude, like 250 pounds.
How long did it take for Victor to come and rescue you?
He never got there on time.
Nah.
That fool
So
choked
you're
me.
dead?
Fool, I'm like a little twig compared to that big ass fool, dog. Like
Nah,
that fool was choking the shit out of me. I was like,
So
bro.
we seen like, okay, I got the heads up. I'm already on my way. I'm marching. I'm boom, boom, boom. I'm stepping.
What was the call though? How was the call?
Des
though?
is like,
Des is like, emergency. This fool
Edin's like,
killing this fool.
now she's like, Edin's getting pushed up on by somebody.
I was like, this isn't cool. Like, this is his fucking ride. Like, no one should be pushing up against him.
And me being me, first thing I do is I usually stick up for the homies. I was like, all right.
You're that guy.
I just...
You don't let no one step over
No.
like any of your homies.
No.
Or anyone actually.
No.
Yo,
like, I'm not the one to start shit, but if I see bullying that's unnecessary, it's like, all right, guess what? I can punch harder. So I walk up and I already see like they're like tense, and I'm talking like 15 plus feet away, and I see it, and I just they like grab each other. I see the headlock, I see the hole, and I'm like, I'm talking about loud. Yo, let him go. Everyone that was there said, we heard you. Let him go or I'm gonna drop you. I repeated myself at least 5 times as I'm like shouldering through the crowd, and I just rained one stiff one in right over his head. Just
Well, AJ said that he like buckled.
no, well, wait, hold on. He let go of Edin. Everyone, a few exchanges of words, and then he got in my face, and he's like, oh, he's like, you're a bitch. Dog, there was this like eerie, like a graveyard silence. The homeboy AJ told me, he's like, I already knew it. I stepped in and just gave him the heaviest left I've ever landed in my life. This guy was at least 80 pounds on me, folded.
He just went. He buckled. He just
Buckled.
Like,
Let's just say this. He calmed down.
oh,
He calmed down. He calmed down after that shit.
He came up to me after.
His homies had to like step in after that.
He came up to me after, he said, can we talk? I'm like, what do you want to talk about, bro? You were pumping it up real hard 2 minutes ago. Now you want to talk? That really calmed you down, huh? And he's like, have a drink. I was like, I don't drink liquor, bro. I'm sorry. He was holding a fat ass bottle of tequila in his hand. I was like, I don't drink because of that.
yeah.
Like,
That's a problem, you know. People, you don't know what their mindset they're in. You know, you're throwing a ride. There's like 200 people on the ride on their bikes. Maybe some people have problems at home. They're frustrated. You know, they want to take it out doing something else. They're getting faded. They're getting cross-faded. They're doing the most. You know what I mean? And now they're on your ride. Now they're your fucking responsibility. You know what I mean? Now, you know, that's how it goes down.
That's why I don't do rides like that anymore. Because, you know, I used to be consistent. I used to throw them like weekly.
Yeah, I think that's what you're
monthly.
mostly known for, if anything, is
Yeah.
just like the party ride thing and the, you know. I want to say that that's what draws more attention to the Chief Lunes brand, so to speak.
Everyone knows about it.
Yeah.
I mean, especially the fireworks, right?
Especially the fireworks ride. Yeah, that one's the last one was a lot of work for me. Like fucking driving around, hauling equipment on the trailer that wasn't mine. Somebody else's trailer connected to my truck.
That shit looks sketchy.
It did look sketch. I think it was
it was like a homemade kind of trailer.
Your homies from Vegas or whatever. Yeah, those fools. They had a random makeshift trailer thing. I was like, fuck it, let's just attach that bitch. Let's go.
You have a hitch. It hooks.
I know, right? Yeah. And we took it into the most grimiest, like under the freeway ass places and shit. Yeah, and it made it in there somehow. And
yeah, I feel like every year, I feel like it's like it's
you know, it's also the state of mind. You know, like I feel it's not just that. It's also like the public in general. Like sometimes you could throw rides, like, but during times of like prosperity, LA's like doing all right, like it's good, like crank mob and shit like this, right? But then like today, like post COVID, like violence is super high, like fucking, you know, crime rate is super high. Shit just pops off, you know, like it's inevitable. I think.
There's high tensions regardless of what the environment is.
Exactly, regardless of what you're doing. Like I could be at a party. I could be, you know, DJing at my regular events, and I've also noticed that even just regular events are becoming increasingly kind of dangerous, you know?
Well, get this. I don't know about all the other scenes. Yeah. In the bike scene, I know that Chief Lunes attracts, like, everyone. Not just, like, one fucking kind of cyclist. It's, like, everyone's there.
All
like,
types of, yeah.
Like, the fixie fools are there. The wheelie fools are there.
Yeah.
The older, like, people are there, the youngsters.
Yeah, you know, I don't like. All right, so bikes used to be where like all bikers hung out of all types of cycling, you know, styles or whatever. But I've been noticing that people have been hyper focusing their niche. You know, like there's like small group, like you said, like the wheelie kids, the fixie goons. They only do their shit, people. And they only communicate with themselves, and they only send themselves group messages and shit. They don't really like reach out to other types, you know.
And then you have like the hipsters, the older crowd, and they only
hipsters. You point at Victor.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's crazy, dog. hey, and you're the one who went vegan.
Oh, no. That's cold. No, he wasn't really pointing at you. I was just busting a joke.
Crazy, dog.
But yeah, you know, the older crowd, the
like,
crank mob people,
like,
those are a different niche.
When you go to other rides, you stick out. You're like, oh shit, these are all the little wheelie foos. Oh shit, these are all like the older like foos with like all city bikes.
Yeah,
and all that bullshit. And Chief Lunes just brings like everybody, and so un desmadre very quickly, very easily.
Yeah,
you know,
too many different type of foods and.
Some drama from the outside that no one knows about. It gets like
I think the best way to picture it is specifically when we do the 4th of July's, it's like seeing the movie Warriors and have all the city gangs come together at one time. And it's like, yeah, we're supposed to be there for one fun cause or one just cause, but like he says, there's a little scuffle here, there's a little extra drinking there, there's some tension there,
and the leader always gets bullied.
And it's like,
I don't know why that's a thing. Like even at the all right, so let's all right. So yes, fireworks ride.
I got bullied.
Someone got bopped. Yeah. But on the what happened on the first techno bike ride that was like a crucial thing. I remember someone had an accident outside of the space, right? That we were the party, the studio.
We were at a studio. We were all the DJs were supposed to do their little set there, but the equipment wasn't even fucking working. So we're all just pretending like, yeah, bro. Like,
yeah, I plugged in my bike. At the end of the day, like the bike was louder than like.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
But we still got down. Like everyone was still having a good time.
Yeah, it was still fun.
But in the outside, you know, everyone, you know, no one wants to like interact with like the inside crowd. So everyone in the outside, we didn't know what the fuck was going outside, and everyone was getting lit. And there's like some little fools, some little kids are fucking racing their bikes around the block. We had no idea. I didn't know. When I'm telling the ride to get the fuck out, like let's roll out.
Yeah, I remember seeing people like I remember going out because I was inside DJing, but I remember going out and then like seeing fools whizzing by, like like through the crowd and shit, like like in a narrow alley and shit.
You wouldn't think people are racing, right? You're just thinking like, oh, these fools are just
they're just fucking around. Yeah, I thought, these fools are just fucking around. They're just whatever.
Yeah.
And I remember like you were getting ready to be like, oh, like we're rolling or whatever, right? Something like that. And then that's when the thing happened. But go ahead and explain what it was, because.
So there were some kids like racing down the block. No one really was paying attention to it because they were just going so fast. And for some reason there was a dude just in the middle of the street track standing at the wrong time in the middle of the street, and these fucking little kids raced through him, and unfortunately he gets smacked by the incoming racers.
And that's the kind of thing that when something like that happens, right, you immediately start thinking like liability and these things, right? Like, okay, like we organized the event, right, and now something has occurred under the pretenses of like something we set up or whatever, right? So then it's like responsibility, who does it land on, and these type of things. But at the same time, everyone, like, I feel like you should just make like an online waiver, you know what I mean? And like say, oh, come to a Chief Lunes ride, click here, accept the terms, and then submit that bitch. Because at this point, it's like, we could get in trouble in a way if you think about it. Like
shit cracks.
Maybe something that just popped into my head.
You just don't have control over some things, and that was one of them. Like, who the fuck would have thought that some little kids would be racing at a techno party, right? Like, who does that, dog? These little teenagers do, apparently. And
I mean, we've all been there, like I've been like, I grew up in like Linwood, Compton area on my bike, so I know what it's like to just be like, I don't give a fuck, and just like I'm on my bike and I'm going on these rides, like these old school like Taco Tuesdays and Crank Mob, and then there's these regular cats on those rides, right, and they're like just regular people on their bikes, and here we are fucking high and drunk, wheeling into traffic or swerving and shit, doing dumb shit, you know what I mean? Like I've been there, like, so I know, like, I know what happens when you're 17, 18, and that it's it's a LA thing,
There's a time and place to be doing all that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
but they're kids, and they probably saw the crowd, and they were like, you know what? Let's show these motherfuckers like what we got. So let's go fucking fast around the block, so they can know who's the fastest motherfuckers around here. And no one's impressed. No one's even
really paying attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't even think your little homies are paying attention.
Nobody.
But here they
except
are.
For themselves.
Here they are, fucking racing around Santee alleys, and they smack an innocent fucking bystander like.
And those honestly, like, it's like some things are sure, but like that alley was like very narrow, and the street was all fucked up. Like, there's potholes everywhere. And there's a gang of people all in the middle of the street. There's bums on the sidewalks. Like, that's like the worst place to like go fast. You know what I mean? So that it's just a tragedy. But that was the first one.
Techno ride.
That was the first techno ride.
Yeah.
And then we ended up at the 6th Street Bridge. No, that's the second one.
We ended up at the Hemorrhage.
at the
Hemorrhage Bus live show.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was
down the street. Like, everything was like according to like the night. Like,
yeah, it was weird. It was a weird one.
Because it was techno ride to metal fucking ride. Like, what the hell?
It was 3 stops that night.
I don't remember the first or the last one.
The third one we ended up at the top of that parking lot.
Oh, yeah. I don't think you made it.
Yeah, that was chill.
Yeah.
That's when they were like finally like the ride was like normal. Yeah, at that point. Yeah.
Everyone was calm.
Yeah, everyone was calm.
We witnessed a lot of shit, like
yeah, but
someone
before
almost
that,
dying. A metal band.
There's a fight at the metal band also.
Oh, that was epic.
Yeah, there was a fight at the metal band. I remember that.
Metal band,
they were beating up some dude just for being white. I remember that.
No. It was a homeless guy trying to like get money.
Oh no, that guy got beat up. Oh, there was 2 fights then. There was 2 fights. Yeah, all I remember was like someone was mad for some reason, and someone was like, "Fuck you,
no,
you're white."
Okay.
And they
so
that guy, punk kid.
That white dude was like, he was like,
up.
we should all donate some money because we broke their glass, and like he was like getting at people
in the wrong way.
Kind of in the wrong way. He's kind of pressing the crowd like, everyone give me money right now so we can donate. And we were like,
LA got attitude. You can't be doing that.
right? But then then
hella attitude.
then
Someone
that
stepped.
one
Someone
chick,
someone
that
just
one,
stepped in.
That one girl stepped in,
and
like,
she said some shit, and like honestly, I think it was just gas on the
the
fire.
girl that always starts problems at her right.
'Cause look,
she's a
honestly,
fire starter.
if
She's
we
a
would've-
fire
And
starter.
then she walked away.
Yeah, yeah.
I watched her walk away. It was like
She pretty much
Amy Winehouse,
red flagged
motherfucker.
this
Like,
fool.
what the fuck?
She just dipped.
You gonna do
Damn.
that and start shit? And like, no, fuck you.
She red flagged that fool, and like everyone just started like beating.
Yeah,
this fool
so
up.
all you gotta say is white oppressor in the same sentence. It's game over for that guy, you know?
Yeah,
mean-
everyone came after him.
Like honestly, whatever he was saying had nothing to do with racial.
It did not.
So I implying that he was a supremacist of any type. I was like, damn.
Yeah, why go there? It just makes no fucking
By all
sense.
And
means,
then-
by all means, call out the motherfuckers, right? But
Just be like, hey, we're not gonna pay. Get the fuck out my face, you know?
right, but call out the right people. Don't like just
Some
fucking
random.
But let's be real. They did fuck up the window on the hemorrhage bus.
Okay.
That did happen.
Okay, hold on.
I actually kept catching it.
When
Oh.
they started playing, their window was up, propped up on a stick.
Yeah.
right?
What? At the same time, how are you gonna have fools moshing in a pit and your window's being held up by a broomstick? Like,
I did
Dad-
keep telling people, I'm like, get away from the window because people
It's
would
gonna
just
fall.
stand right under
It's
the
no
tree.
one's fault at that
Yeah.
point because you know people are gonna get crazy.
It's-
you know it's
yeah.
LA, and
Yeah.
someone's gonna like just get out of the mosh
Just
pit and
keep it
crash into the
closed.
bus, and that's pretty much what happened. No one did it on purpose.
No.
of course
Whoever-
not.
Whoever
Of course
the fuck
not.
crashed
yeah.
into, I didn't see it, but whoever crashed in there,
No, it was 100%.
someone pushed that dude, and like he crashed into the window. He was like, "Oh shit!" Like,
But I feel
my
like
bad.
even when the band was moving around,
sucks.
the window would start moving.
Oh, yeah,
It
yeah,
kept
yeah.
falling on
Yeah.
its own.
It was, just shitty.
Yeah, I felt. Yeah, if I were to design a band bus, I would be concerned about that window just being like with the
Oh
stick.
no, of
you know what I
course.
mean? Yeah,
But
yeah.
by all means, there was like a road repair and then a permanent fixture.
So now that's not a problem.
No, definitely. Yeah, no, we could tell that like their window was just propped from a road repair, you know.
Yeah, just some shit fucked up on the way somewhere
Yeah,
type
so-
shit.
That shit was lit though. That was so much fun.
Honestly,
See, that's
that-
what lit looks like. It's
I-
just like everyone's having fun, and then
Yeah.
people are getting socked over there.
Well,
you know?
can I say, like, going to punk shows and everything, like, I always used to be the one in the pit, like, fucking
Yeah.
shit up. And then when I
Pits
finally
are
got to a
cool.
certain age, I was like, I'm not doing that anymore.
It hurts.
I straight up grabbed him and I made us go in the pit. Like,
we took over the pit. We like hooked
Yeah.
arms and we like took over the
Yeah.
entire fucking pit, dude.
like, this
We-
band
she
is so
swung me
dope that
around.
got me back into the pit. Usually I'm like, nah, I'm good.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
She like swung me and carouseled me around like the whole pit. And we just like smashed every foot in there, like dude.
I fuck with pits, but at the same time,
I'm good.
I'm good.
I'll drink my beer over here.
Nah, I don't know. It depends. If I get hyphy, I get hyphy. If it's a cool ass band.
And that's how you know Rick's from the
Hey,
Bay.
Chief, beer me.
Hey,
Pass me the cup.
Alien was there, so I was like, I am not jumping into that pit. Alien is like,
He's the fire
he becomes
starter.
like
Thank you.
something
Alien.
else when he's in the rock show, a metal or punk show, a ska show. That guy Alien becomes.
Hey, who was on top
He
of
is
the
not an
bus?
alien.
That was Alien.
Oh, okay.
That was
yeah,
Alien.
yeah. I
Alien.
thought that's what you were talking about.
That guy.
The
Alien's a
silhouette of him on that
So I was like,
building.
I'm not necessary in this scene. Like, he has it under control. This is his stage. This is his party. Let him do his thing. I'm gonna stay in the background, make sure everything's good. Thank you. Thanks for your.
honestly.
for all your
if-
fucking
Shout out
work, dog.
to him.
Alien. Yeah, he's a party animal. He always makes our rides super lit,
Yeah.
man.
Dude,
Love
and
that
then so after that ride, we did Techno Ride 2 or whatever, right?
Like 2 months later.
2 months later.
2-3 months later.
And this one's funny because, okay, so the first problem with this ride was that there was another group of riders, which I won't disclose the name of,
Yeah.
but were riding with us that day. And someone was giving you heat on that. I remember having to like block off some food that would kept on being like, oh, like he kept on getting close to you on the bike, kept on acting weird, and I was like, hey, what's up with this dude? Why's he acting funny? And I was
Yeah.
like,
We've had this group before at our ride. They're supportive of our rides, but there's just a few of them that like act out of line because I don't know what the fuck they're trying to prove. But there's this one individual. I've had problems with him at a memorial rite. So we've already like been through this.
Oh, I see. I thought this was a new thing.
No, like
it's an old beef.
yeah, but it's not even a beef. Like one time there was a memorial rite that we did for the homie, and he was there, and I told him like I was leading the memorial. I told the guy like, dude, can you please like stay next to me or behind me because I'm leading the ride, and he was all trying to make. He was trying to make all these random turns. So he was fucking up the ride. He was trying to make he was trying to make it into his own ride.
It seems like that's what he was doing on this ride.
So I told him the last time for the memorial, I was like, bro, just chill, stay behind or next to me, and we're cool. Like, but he was like, he gave me attitude. He was like, you know, he looks like a cholo. I don't know if he is, but he looks like one. I'm like, shit, like, bro, you can get it too, dog. I'm from the streets too, dog. Like, I don't give a fuck what the fuck you wearing or
bro. It's
how
kind of
many
weird.
tats you got, bro.
One of the weirdest things that you'll know, like growing up in LA, is that like cholos ain't shit. Like whether you're a rocker or you're like some punk kid, or you're playing a band, or you ride a bike, or you do anything else besides gangbanging, always some cholos there to like be stupid, you know. You just like, so we've learned to like not respect gangbangers, you know what I mean? So at the same time, this has happened like heavy across all scenes, I think, you know.
Yeah.
So I could see why suddenly a cholo discovers 29 or BMX, suddenly this fool thinks he's a shit, you know what I mean? And like,
He's that guy.
he's that guy.
And like, it sucks that he has to be at my fucking ride because I have to deal with him. And that techno ride too, he does the same fucking shit. He tries taking over the ride. He wants to make his own moves. And clearly I'm leading. He knows that I'm leading the ride, but he does it anyways. I tell him like, yo, knock it off, go behind.
Yeah.
He gets like hyper like violent. He starts like cursing me out, throwing like these gang signs.
Well, I looked at him like, I have a habit of like looking people right in the eyes.
Yeah.
Like when they're tripping, and I could tell he's kind of like, you know,
Not
like,
there.
Yeah, not there. Yeah, like maybe he was like
Drugged
up.
up.
Yeah. So something was wrong with that dude.
Well, I wasn't trying to fight the guy. I was
Nah,
just trying
but-
to tell him like, yo, can you just stay next to me or behind me, dog, and like we could keep
Yeah,
this
but
party
you
going.
see how he interpreted it as like, you know, something
this
else.
was dissing me.
Yeah.
This was dissing me, dog.
That
The
happens in
thing
your high.
is, like,
So-
these are your rides, though. You're throwing them, and people need to understand that, like, you're chief. You're the one that has the location.
Yeah,
and
but
everything.
Chief, he's too noble for that. You know, he's like,
You're
yeah,
but even like you're the one that started it. Like, follow
Yeah.
you.
yeah. You know, Chief's he's too much of a nice guy to take all that credit and just be like, this is my ride.
Yeah, I
Back the
wasn't
fuck
gonna. Yeah, I wasn't gonna do all that.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna do
but
that.
just
Yeah.
hearing like, oh, I'm gonna go to a Chief Lunes ride, or even
People
like,
should
say
know.
Crank Mob.
Yeah.
Like,
People should
you
know.
should know who the leader is. Like when they're calling it, like, and you clearly see people like kind of surrounding. It's like a queen bee.
You should
know.
know.
Like you have
People
your
should
worker bees
know.
around you. Like you know that person's the leader.
He
like,
knows. That guy knows.
Follow.
He
Just
knows,
step
but he
back.
wants to. He wants attention.
Sadly,
Absolutely.
Sadly,
Well, that's bad
he didn't
attention,
meet
so.
me
Yeah.
that day.
Oh, I know. We didn't
And,
go, so that would have been.
So, anyways, he's practically bullying me while we're riding. He's like cursing me out. He's gangbanging on me. He's like throwing all these signs from his like crew, and I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like, really? Like, I've been doing this shit like 13 years or more than 13 years, and I've never gotten a gangbang with like another bike crew. Like, you know, they're like gangbanging me, claiming they're bike crew, and trying to like harass me, dog. I'm like, bro, like, I'm too old for this shit, dog. Like, I'm 31.
Can you imagine?
I'm not trying to deal with you.
Can
right
you
now.
imagine
Whatever your
these
issues are,
bike
bro, get away.
crews, bro? Can you imagine they devolve and like they basically turn into gangs?
I mean,
It's possible.
I mean, in a sense,
It's
it is.
kinda
It is
happening.
kind of going in that direction.
This is the
Well,
last.
that's
beer,
an
guys.
example of that. And
Damn, we drank the whole pack already.
Does
God
anyone
damn.
want to claim this?
No, it's cool.
Faded.
I'll
It's
sip
cool.
on
Nah,
my
nah, go ahead,
tequila.
go ahead.
That's good.
I mean, we can
I'm
make
happy
a
with
drink.
this.
So yeah, this dude just kept escalating, and all of my little homies were next to me, and they're just like, bro, we can't let this fool step over you. Like, we gotta step in.
I'm
And
so
that's
happy.
when some of the little homies stepped in. They were just, hey, homie, like, if you don't chill the fuck out, we're gonna have to handle this shit at the stop. One of them says that, and I'm like, bro, the
Why you
status
say some stupid shit?
it's
like
not
that?
necessary. We're not them, dog. You're
No,
acting.
fuck that.
You're like acting like them now at that point.
But that's the hook. You know, they're fishing.
Yeah.
You know, and then someone bites the line,
Mm.
and now it's a problem. But that's what they wanted. You know, they're fishing. They're fishing for
And-
problems.
And they
you know?
fucking got it. Like, I was trying to stall food that night. You noticed that we didn't stop for shit.
Oh, dude, this dude.
We kept riding.
Luckily,
Riding.
luckily, my party bike 2.0 was electric that time. Because the first time, that shit was regular pedal power. I was dying.
Yeah, it was a bitch.
The second time, it was electric. Dude, this guy was going way too fucking fast. Like, up the hills, down the hills. Like, the ride was... And I knew it, you were doing it to try and lose the...
Yeah, those slow guys.
But they were like... They were mobbing on their little 29er BMXs.
They were like, we're gonna handle this shit tonight.
We're gonna handle this shit. And they were just
no
like,
matter what. They were keeping up.
They were dying, bro. Because everyone else has fixies with skinny tires and gears and shit. But these fools have like
the 29ers,
low ass seats, you know, and
the
like
BMXers, the 29ers.
They don't get any leg extension, you know.
Yeah.
They're sweating.
They're dying, bro.
You made them work before the fucking.
These motherfuckers still wearing their like South Pole long ass shorts.
Fucking Mark Echo fucking shirts.
Mark Echo shirts and shit.
Pro Club white tees.
I'll buy Mark Echo paint all day.
What's up with these?
But I'll never rock that shit.
Nah, I used to wear Echo though. I ain't gonna lie.
Get
that shit
the
was
fuck
tight.
out.
That shit was extra because you know how the shirts would have like the bulky the rhino sticking out.
That shit was tight, bro.
That shit was tight. I know.
That was tight.
Yeah,
now we're just being
what you
haters.
talking
Now
about?
we're just being haters.
Who's this fool?
I was
You find out you were the pretty boy cholo fool.
I was wearing Lacoste and a 40.
He had the famous star hat and the earrings.
Nah, fuck that. That's the one thing I didn't do.
You did earrings. Yeah, I can see you with earrings.
Nope. I never. Nope.
No?
Des, remember I told you about all my pretty boy homies? Never did that
He was the
shit.
grungy one, he said.
Oh, he's the grungy one?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. That's a different thing, but the same thing, but it's just different.
Yeah.
You know?
But
anyways, fucking
going back,
So we get to the stop,
we finally make it to the stop.
and then the homie.
There was tension in the
There
air.
was tension in the air.
For reals.
Some shit was going. I was DJing. I was playing music on my bike. I was trying to be like, can y'all stop? You know, like just post up.
But everybody was grouping up already. Like everyone knew that some shit was gonna pop. Like everyone was like with their group already.
Yeah, that's what was happening. And then
So it looked like Daft Punk was playing in the fucking Tron scene, right? And then the fight went down.
that's exactly what happened, bro. I was in the middle. I believe that Daft Punk was actually playing. No, I'm just kidding. No, it was I forgot what I was. It's like post-punk shit or something.
Yeah, we switched it up.
Yeah, we switched it up to post-punk because
you couldn't play techno at that point.
No, you couldn't. Yeah,
we were all just trying to.
Something happens with the. I think something happens with the dark, evil, industrial techno.
It triggers.
It
violence.
triggers something in people's minds. It's just like
ultra violence,
and everyone's just like, man, fuck you, bro. Like I don't know, like something happens there. You know what I mean? Like it's the wrong crowd for that shit. Like, I think that's what you were saying. Like maybe change the name, maybe change the theme.
Yeah.
Can we play metal at the next one?
Cumbia, maybe.
Cumbia
Like
bike
a
party
mix.
might make some sense.
So much different
Oldies night.
brands.
Yeah, it's
Some
just
shit.
weird, you know. But all right, so then the music's going, and you guys homies over there, and then you got homies over there, and I'm in the middle, and then out of nowhere, one of our good homies, which Chief said I shouldn't say whose name it is, but I'm gonna say it anyway because I don't give a fuck.
Tap in if you need that.
Can we get a sound effect?
Pew, 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 pew.
Oh yeah. Duffman.
Shout out to Lucas. Fucking rolled up out of nowhere and said, "Man, fuck y'all," and then they then chased him, and so they were like essentially grabbing him at that point.
He was one of the ones that defended me while this guy was harassing me.
He did,
and those guys, the
did.
group doesn't know that.
Yeah.
I wish they.
Lucas is crazy, bro. He's a down as random fool.
He gets down for his shit, but ultimately, he was backing me up when that guy was bullying me because I wasn't standing up for myself, and he stood up for me.
And so then all of it culminated at the very last moment when he decided to pull out bear mace out of his pocket and spray the whole ride and shit, essentially. But mostly those dudes.
Well, yeah, like they were all ganging up on him, and we wanted to break it up.
Honestly,
like we all stepped in to break it up, but probably in their eyes it seemed like we were gonna like fucking jump in.
But in reality, like if he hadn't bear maced them,
it would have been a rumble.
There would have been a rumble. Yeah, like he would have gotten hit, and then I would have jumped in, and then everyone would have jumped in.
It would have been a rumble. It would have been a royal rumble.
Because I was already inches away from jumping in, like literally inches away. I was like, "Oh shit, what the fuck, Lucas?" I was like, "Oh my shit!" And then I went right when I was jumping in, like I just see Lucas. I was like, oh shit! And then he got me a little bit, and
And
I was
get
like,
this, the guy that
I was
got
choking.
the
Bro.
guy that got it in the eyes the most was one of our own guys.
I know, I saw that, yeah, because he was trying to like,
Luisito.
yeah, he was
Luisito
trying to
got
like
it the worst.
prevent Lucas from doing, like, you know,
Yeah,
he was like,
in
calm
there.
down,
He was in there.
bro, and then like he got hit.
He
right
actually got it
face,
in the
yeah.
eyes, dude. And I was pouring water on him, and he was just like,
But
screaming for his life. And
Even
shit.
while it was happening, some aspect of it, I don't know what it was. It felt like comedy. You know what I mean? I was just
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this is really happening right now.
Only had a cheap ride.
Only had a cheap ride.
For
It
real.
was fools
But,
getting
like,
pepper
you know
spray.
what's crazy? The fact that a messenger has to carry a can of bear mace.
Yeah.
It happens, bro. You know, I met Luke. You know how I met Lucas? I'm gonna tell you guys a story. He was like the nicest kid ever. I was working at a bike shop called La Brea Bike Works up in
The west side?
like the mid Wilshire area.
Yeah.
And Lucas, he lived around there, and he was like just a kid. You know, he comes from, you know, decent home. And he has money and shit. And then next thing you know, he comes in the bike shop. He buys a fixie, right, from the shop. I sold him a fixie, and then he's like, I don't know about this fixie. I want a better fixie. So he bought a better one. And they started asking me all these things about rides and all this shit. And then at the time, there was a U-Lock mob race that was happening, a crit race. And I was going to race in the race. So then he came with me to that race. And then after that, like, he just dove right into the life of, like, bike riding. It's pretty awesome to see, like, how it affects people, you know? Like,
Yeah, he's a good fucking. We've seen him shine before, like at our races. He's talented on a fixed gear bike, to say the least.
Fixies are hard to ride, bro. They take a lot of effort. They
wanna
take a
see
lot out of
race.
you. They fuck your knees up. you know?
Lucas was like
Like
last
for
year's-
gravel,
Hey,
for
Lucas,
gravel racing.
if you're listening, get back into racing.
He just
do
moved.
this.
He could do it. But last year, I think he was set up to pretty much take the overall points last year, but he stepped out at some point. I think he had
Yeah.
an injury.
He had a knee injury,
Yeah.
So
but he was a beast. Like overall.
Lucas was where David is right now.
Okay.
Like he was, like no one expected it, and he just came out of nowhere, and he was the highlight of the year. He was killing the track lacrosse races,
That's dope.
Yeah.
and Lucas is fire, and he's young. He's barely 18, 19.
No, he's like 20.
I was like,
He's like 21 now.
Yeah.
He's-
Now
But
he's
at,
about
at
21.
the time
Yeah.
where we came across
You're talking
him,
about like 2020, I think.
yeah, like
Mhm.
he was
He was like 19 and shit.
Yeah, that's the time frame I'm talking for is even before that, when I was
Yeah.
working at that store.
He was
Must have
probably
been like
18.
2018 when I
He's-
was working there.
Yeah, he's probably like a teenager. So
Dude, bikes are rad like that. You discover a bike, you jump on the bike, and you see the city in a different way. You see people in a different way. You look at cars in a different. Everything's different when you're on a bike, you know.
or you
So-
can unlock someone that you thought you would have never been, like like
Exactly,
a top
yeah,
athlete,
That's
podium
something that
at
you know,
races. You know.
I know that you guys were recently in SF to do
Mission
Mission Crit. So I've done Mission Crit once. I raced in 2018 Mission. No, 2018 Mission Crit. I believe it was 2018. Yeah. So I've done it one time when I used to live up in the Bay Area. I got smacked by all the other dudes, but I did beat all the local guys. Yeah, because all the local guys, like, we race just like we're just like, oh fuck, it's happening here, you know. You fucking let's fucking do it, you know.
The hype was
LA
big
comes up
in
and
San
kills
Francisco,
them.
just like Wolfpack was in LA.
It's all the these dudes that cycle for like a living type fools that just smack everyone, you know.
Yeah.
Like the specialized team, and they're all sponsored by. They all got the same bike type thing, you know. I don't know what it looked like this year.
at
Yeah.
the time, Specialized Team didn't come out.
Oh, they didn't come out
At the time that you're talking about, I believe
Yeah.
the Specialized Team was Justin Williams.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That
Yeah.
I believe at the time that you're talking about. Being that he has overlooked fixed gear and now is the roadie ego that he is.
Always
who
this
are we
roadie
talking about?
versus
Justin
fixie
Williams.
stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, no, he was on the Specialized
This
Team.
fixed versus geared beef.
when he was when
It's tough.
the time frame he was talking about.
Yeah,
That's-
I raced on a track bike, brakeless. Oh, well, it's required to be brakeless or whatever, you know. Fucking, I didn't like that I had to have drop bars, you know. Like, I'm not a drop bar kind of person, you know.
They did mandate it this year for previous the go-kart ones. I've seen that they do let flat bars or risers, but this year they did mandate drop bars for everyone.
Yeah, when I was there, everyone had to have a drop bar. That's for sure.
Yo, there is a guy. There's a rider. can't necessarily say if you identified as a male, but I believe this rider raced in one of the non-binary races, and their name's Patty. 1 foot clipped in, 1 foot on the chancla.
Oh, that shit was dope.
On the go-kart track, and they would pull into the hairpins, smack the chancla into the back wheel, slide it right, fixie food to the fucking T, bro.
Yeah.
Slide it out, hit the hairpin, push off.
Yeah.
And then he was still taunting riders.
Dude.
I didn't watch
smacking
the
his
race.
ass.
I
Slapping
should have
his
tuned
ass,
in.
just like,
Yeah, it was live.
Get me.
Bro, honestly, that race was epic.
I should have tuned into that. Yeah.
Des got crashed into the wall.
Oh, you got crashed into the wall?
There's a video of that, right?
Twice by the same fucking rider. She clearly didn't know how to.
She had something against you, clearly.
No, she didn't know how to control
she
her
didn't know how to ride
bike.
fixed gear, bro.
Yeah.
What happens is you get to that turn and you
But
know
that's
you got too
fine,
much
that's
speed, you know.
But the thing is, like, that's fine. The thing is like, everyone should be able to ride, because I'm not experienced in racing. I happen to be experienced in powering down and whatnot, but like, fuck, man. At least come up and be like, yo, you good? None of that happened. Like, she took me out. I couldn't race the 2 other races. My bike's like all fucked up. My leg is still fucked up to this day.
Hey, see? It doesn't only happen at cheap rides. You can get injured at some, like, legit shit, too.
Yeah. Even sanctioned rides.
Sanctioned riding, you could get some shit
The
happens,
thing is,
you know?
you have to...
And people are assholes.
You have to
So it's not-
inevitably understand that the second you clip in and grab those bars, you just sign your life away every time.
Yeah, sometimes, dude, I don't know. Were you guys up there for my homie? Shout out to Rossi, the 415 King. This fool, we've been doing some races up there that we started with my homie Taylor called Dash for Cash. But he still does it up there.
Yeah.
I don't know. He was doing it right when you guys were up there. I don't know if you guys
after.
raced that. No, it was right after.
Yeah, I saw that shit being posted.
Did you guys do any street races out
Is
there?
that the guy that sponsored your entry?
Yeah, the guy. Well, no, it's not the guy that sponsored my entry, but he was part of it. Like, he ended up
Okay,
racing.
they did a collab event together or something, right?
A bunch of the other, like,
Locals.
FTW racers that
Oh, yeah,
he also
yeah.
sponsored were posting about it as well.
My girl won a free entry into Mission Grip.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the thing is,
cool.
like, I wasn't down to do it, and then finally, like, kept sending me posts, and I was like, okay, I'll do
Might
it.
as well. Yeah.
I know I'm not gonna podium, but like the fact
So-
of just like trying to get that like feel of racing and the experience was such a high. In
Dude,
itself.
for me, it was just like, yo, let's fuck around. You know?
That shit was fun.
That's basically
the
what it
go-kart
is.
race is my shit. I can't wait to do
The
it.
go-kart one? Yeah.
That's
can't wait.
basically what it is. You climax it, right? You get all your gear ready. You travel out, and you find out where you're actually at.
Yeah.
You just
that's,
spend a
that's,
fuck-
that's all you. That's what's happening. Yeah, you're
You
finding out. Yeah.
You
fucking
fuck-
around
and
and you're
found
finding out.
So if you go up to 10,
I
Might as
know,
well
right?
go to 11.
I know. Oh.
yours goes to 11. All right.
Mine goes to 11.
Dude.
So yeah, we all fucked around and found out exactly where we're at. I didn't make it into the main qualifyings for the crit, right?
Right.
Our teammate Mike did. He made it into the finals.
Nice.
Cup-
LA is pretty good, bro. Even when I was living in the Bay Area, I noticed like every time LA comes up to
They don't
either
fuck
the
around.
Mission Crit and all that, like they're taking places. You know what I mean? So I
I-
see that.
I'm prideful to know that I'm from at least a county, not necessarily a city, but a county that brings the heat.
They do. You know, I want to say that for I don't know for whatever reason, but I think fixed gear bikes, yes, they're popular in SF, but the hills and the terrain don't really allow for like everyday use. You know what I mean?
I feel
But
you.
out here, it's flat, so I feel like you can really get away with everyday use on track, and you could get more experience, more finesse, more style, more control, more all these things, to the point where like when you go to SF, it's like it's a piece of cake. You know, like my homie Chris Too Active is like a good example of that. Like this was just mobbing all day long on his fixie or whatever.
Shout out to Thrasher.
I was trying to get that fool in a podcast, but I'm being like, no, I don't know, bro.
Hey, it's all good. Some people aren't good on camera and mic, man. Respect.
Nah, fuck that fool, dude. Nah, I'm just playing. No. Shout out to Chris. That was funny. But yeah, dude, I love all those races. But I like the alley cat races a little bit more. You know, like like the Dash for Cash and like you know, I don't if you guys ever done that race. It goes from the top of Twin Peaks, so you go to like the very highest point in SF,
There's
and you
videos.
bomb down that shit all the way down to Embarcadero. Like there's a one street, it goes all the way down, it connects, and you just like through traffic, through everything, fuck balls out type
I
shit.
love to do
Yeah.
that shit.
What
I
the
just personally
fuck?
like. I'm
Yeah.
too much of a worrier. Like, I worry too much. I overthink. So like,
No, I need to be there for the next one.
Yeah, that
like
shit's
I want to
dope.
get the balls to
That shit's
do
dope.
it. You know.
I've done it, and I got like 7th place. Yeah, but other people like they go hella fast down. It's
All
crazy.
bikes allowed?
All bikes allowed. Doesn't matter what the fuck you ride.
Yeah.
Single speed that
Wow.
shit.
There's a video of some guy like his GoPro, and like you just see other people and like
Oh, dude.
trying to go in between cars and shit. Like it's.
Oh, I'll show you guys my
gnarly.
video. Fuck it. I'm gonna show you guys my video of my POV of the fucking.
Whoa.
That fool's got the
Whoa.
head cam and everything.
Where are we heading to?
Hold on.
That was the
hold
one
on.
video I showed you where the dad and the kid was on the BMX bike, riding.
Yeah.
That was the.
Oh yeah, Dash for Cash.
Dash for
Yeah,
Cash.
yeah, that's the one, dude. It's an awesome ride, and the one that I recorded was like I think it was like the first one that we did. It's like 4 years running now. But dude, that race is dude, that time that I was racing, and you'll see it in the clip, but one of a dude from LA came up to visit up there, and he was doing the race, and like literally like feet away from us, he crashed, hit his face on the fence post, like the thing that keeps the cars from coming off of the street.
cement
Yeah.
ones?
No, like the
Plastic?
the wood beam with like the metal thing on it.
Yeah.
Ooh,
hit
the
his
barrier.
face on that shit and broke his jaw like right there.
Yeesh.
It was crazy. it was
You
buck
make me want to
wild.
do it more.
It's a fun ride. Let's see. Oh, now I gotta scroll through stuff. Oh my god, there's a bunch of Elmo stuff. That's how you know I have a son.
There's one time on Sesame Street.
And those Sesame Street foods bang now too.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Oh my god, there's a Dash for Cash, but it's horses.
Bikes?
See, it already pops up.
Yeah, this is my video right here.
Oh shit!
This is my POV.
I'll show you my POV. What the fuck?
What is F1, bro?
Bikes?
A BMX?
I'm on a mountain bike. Watch this fool right here. Oh,
That's bad as fuck. He stuck his foot in the back.
this fool right there, that's the fool hit his face. You saw the bike?
Yeah.
Yeah. That BMX foot don't give a fuck.
You could hear the tires. Dude. That's the homie Taylor. Shout out Taylor. That's crazy Kyle right there. Going fucking no leg right there.
That's bad as fuck.
He's just drifting past everybody.
I used to do that on my track low.
Bro, they're going easily like 45. Watch, this fool almost hits the wall right there. Watch. The BMX fool. Because he's going too fast, he can't hold it. Look. Boom!
Damn.
It's badass. He's like, I don't give a fuck.
gonna steal your beer.
Yeah.
Oh.
Kyle almost got smacked right there.
Damn, that fool has a front rack and basket. That's crazy.
That was literally just got off of work. You know what I mean?
On some real mess shit.
Oy.
Now that taxi almost got me.
That was close.
Bro, this shit is hella fun, bro. Did you guys get any footage of your races up there? Yeah.
Some, not like cockpit footage.
Or like
I
just
think Aaron
footage in general? Yeah. Sick.
Aaron, so we made friends with a guy named Aaron. He is a staff member at Pedal Movement.
Aaron?
Aaron.
Aaron?
Aaron, the Aaron.
Is he a Jewish white guy?
Is it Rickles?
Possibly,
What's his
yeah.
last name?
Seems
Is that
like
the
it
last
might be.
name?
Yeah, videographer.
In SF? Yeah.
Yeah, he is from SF actually.
yeah.
You know him?
I believe so, yeah.
That's
Cool.
funny. He works for Pedal Movement. He, I believe, is their finance coordinator.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, he's up there. Big guy. But he's got that.
What is pedal movement, by the way? Because I've been,
So-
like seeing like their work here and there, and like
So Pedal Movement is a bike shop.
I know them as a bike shop.
as a
yeah.
bike shop, right? We know them as a bike shop in Long Beach, but they're not just a bike shop. They do a little bit more than that.
Oh shit.
They operate something called the Bike Hub. They have a city contract with the city of Long Beach and other cities
Oh,
surrounding.
so they acquired that contract with the Bike Hub.
Oh, yeah.
I've actually heard about that because I worked as a mole, as a spy, and Metro Bike Share and Uber Jump. Have you seen those like ugly red bikes all in downtown and shit?
yeah.
And then the green bikes are the Metro. Yeah, so they have a contract from Bike Hub. So they have a similar contract, except those companies were hiring people like, all right, if you're a rich corporation, right, and you're not from LA, and you come into LA, and you're taking a subsidized contract from a thing like Bike Hub, right? So if you're not a company from LA, you have to have a certain percentage of employees in your company that are from LA. And then they added more requirements on there, like POC and like all these other different things that they added on there, or whatever, right? So basically, they didn't meet that quota. So Uber Jump got closed because they were firing people after 6 months. So basically, they would hire somebody, a bike mechanic or whatever, right? And then right when you hit the 6 month mark, they would fire them so that they don't have to pay benefits or none of that
fuck
shit.
them.
And then they would hire someone else, and they would just keep cycling motherfuckers
Yeah,
every
fuck
6
that.
months, you know? So they're done.
Good.
Uber Jump doesn't exist no more.
Good.
But the Metro bike share thing, that still exists.
Yeah, that's pretty well funded.
Yeah.
Metro is well funded. Period.
The problem with the Metro bike share thing is that it's the same thing. Like, it's not actually Metro doing it. It's this other company called Bicycle Transit Systems, and these motherfuckers are like not even from LA, and they're taking all of the government money, paying themselves like the hugest of salaries, you know, and then paying like the actual people doing the work of like maintaining the bikes and all this like bullshit. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're doing that, and you know, it's part of the thing that happens.
In my opinion, Pedal Movement is community based. It's in the middle of Long Beach, like dead
Yeah,
ass.
no, I'm glad that somebody else got a contract from
Yeah.
Bike Hub, besides these bitch ass companies that are
And
like
who's
exploiting
legit.
people. you know?
implants
Yeah,
and
yeah.
shit
Tech
out of
companies.
state, out of city, you know.
Yeah.
So I like these guys. One, because if you look at their staff, they're either from here or have a connection from here, right? Two, Bike Hub is a very useful service for people that don't own a bike. But three, they also have a 24-hour bike storage system
Oh.
where you get a key fob and you actually get to enter a storage and drop your bike off at all hours of the day.
Do they also do bike share? like bikes for rent?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Oh, dude, they do free valets on all of the Long Beach boardwalk on the sand. If you're out there, they have like little canopies, right, along the way. And what they do is they use the staff that drives the vans and services the bikes for the bike hub stuff. They use the staff to run the valet booths, and they just get to kick it. They get their shift for the day, and they're
Yeah,
kicking
you're
it.
just watching bikes, and you're just valets are cool. Yeah.
It's dope, and you get to go push off on the beach and drop your bike.
I've only ever parked my bike in a bike valet one time in SF at the San Francisco Bicycle Coalition. It felt so baller to just like pull up on your bike and just be like, and you just like, oh here, and they just take your bike, they slap.
Right?
Oh, nice.
You know?
Right?
You go in the thing, you have fun, you come out, you're like, oh shit,
Bro, you didn't have to worry
here's
about
my
a-
ticket.
You didn't have to worry about a U-lock or
Yeah, you don't have to worry about locking your shit.
It's
It's
pretty
pretty
proper.
proper.
You know?
If there was more if there was just more bicycle infrastructure, bike valet, if bars like in SF, a lot of the bars have like storage for bikes inside, right? Like they got hooks, you could put your bike up there. Like if we just did a little bit more of that, I feel like more people would ride bikes. Like it's just LA's a bitch like for riding bikes. That's the only thing. Yes, they say you can't make, like you need like a lot of heat and pressure to make a diamond. Like a diamond is hard to make. Like yes, LA's a tough place to ride. That's why fast people come out of LA, right? That's why we have some of the coolest riders because they're dealing with traffic, they're dealing with fucked up streets, they're dealing with all this shit, right? So it makes fast, but at the same time, it's like, but it kind of sucks to ride around in LA. You know what I mean?
LA sucks for cycling.
LA sucks for cycling, bro. LA is trash for cycling. You gotta like if I want a mountain bike, I gotta drive. I want to do Fullerton Loop. I gotta drive that way. Oh, I want to do Pasadena. I gotta drive that way. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, you could go to Kenneth Hahn.
Hey, for real.
You could go to
What's on the
PV,
street?
but technically, yeah, I get you.
but you still gotta get there somehow.
Yeah, it's a jump
It's-
on the
it's
110,
not
the
safe.
105, or the 405, and it's a little bit of traffic, but it's not like inaccessible.
It's not inaccessible either. But in SF, it's like you wake up in the morning, and you're like, oh, let me
Like
drink a coffee,
what
and let
do
me
I
hit this
want?
trail right here next to me. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Like it's like
shit.
right there. It's like in your face. Like you're just like,
Yeah.
all right, let me hit the trail.
SF's honestly, it's on. When I was there, I pictured it as a mini New York. And it's its own flavor, of course. SF's its own flavor.
Yeah.
But when you see the buildings, the corners, not necessarily the hills back to back, but like just like the whole city aspect of it, I picked up a whole like, yo, this is like a mini New York to me.
A lot of my friends say that New York is if you took LA and if you took SF and if you put those fuckers together, then you get New York. Because like LA's flat and big, and SF is like compressed and upright, and if you with small communities, micro communities in every little block,
Yeah.
if you take both of those fuckers, smash them together, you get New York.
That's a pretty good way to put it. We have friends in New York.
I don't know shit about New York, to be honest.
I mean, we're planning to head out there at some point. Like we've been traveling now, so it's like, why not,
Yeah, I mean, you guys traveled up there to do the race.
Just
Dude.
don't take axes.
dude? Nah, fuck that.
Wait, why
we're,
not?
we're taking swords.
Ay. Trophies.
You didn't see that video?
The
one
homie
fool?
Soho, the homie Soho in New York. He's a bike messenger. He's already gone viral.
I follow that fool on Instagram, yeah.
On the block with Soho.
Mhm.
So this dude's already gone viral for yanking a driver out of a window and uppercutting his face in. Okay.
Wait, he got it on video?
He went viral. He went to jail.
He went to jail there.
Case closed. All of it. He handled his business, right? This is a few years back when I started following him. We DM'd a few times. We talked. We mailed each other a few like care packages. I got this dope ass jacket from him, and following. It's a homie from across the country. If I ever pop in his town, it's like, hey yo, what's up? I need this. Or if he ever comes this way,
Yeah, that's always fun.
It's
yeah.
like it's unsaid, but you gotta extend the arm,
Of course. Of course.
And we've seen this video of him recently go viral. And if you guys haven't seen it,
What
it's
is
pretty
it? What
pretty
is
much
it?
pulls without context. He pulls out of a hatchet in a McDonald's, just goes ape, just fucking breaks shit. Right?
Really?
Okay, but in context, if you watch the whole video that's posted on YouTube and listen to his side of the story. One of the young ladies in the McDonald's restaurant made a comment towards him, and him being him, he said, "I don't give a fuck you." Told her he gave no censorship. He said, "Fuck you," and the girl's boyfriend was there with like two other of his homeboys, and they pressed him, mind you. Saul is a big Cuban dude. He's big. He's
Yeah,
like
I mean,
6 plus, 200 plus. He's a big dude. I think the biggest guy out of the group was maybe 6 feet, 100 pounds wet. Right? And they started physically punching homeboy and punching him. All three of them at the same time. They're like taking turns.
Hell no.
Punching the back of his head. And homeboy's sitting there with his arms crossed up against a trash can at McDonald's waiting for them to finish. Who takes 3 different people on the back of their head with no feeling, right? When they're done, drops off his messenger bag, flaps it open, pulls out this hatchet, and he smacks off the cover on the table real quick. It's a plastic cover. You just shear it. You see it shear and explode everywhere. And he's like, what? You guys really wanted that smoke? Come on, what's up? Boom. And you see this big ass like fixture glass just snaps it in front of everyone. And he's like, what? You literally texted me, bro. You just found out. What the fuck you about to do? And everyone's just like astonished. Like, oh, fuck, we just triggered him. Well, no shit. You just put your hands on a grown-ass man. What do you expect?
You're jumping him. Like, what the fuck?
Damn. Shit. I don't know, man.
The one thing you don't do is fuck with a bike messenger.
Yeah, I've been in a lot of
Today's
situations.
the messenger day, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, 10-9 today is 10-9 messenger day.
Today is Messenger Day?
10-9.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit. That's the title of the podcast now.
Messenger day. But yeah, no, in my opinion, look, man, bike messengers are some of the most nicest,
Snobbies.
respectful fucking assholes. No, like honestly, like from all the messengers I've worked alongside with, these people work for their money. They appreciate the fact that they have jobs still, because some of these people,
it's a hard job, to be honest, you know.
It's a hard job, but people that dedicate their life to being bike messengers, they sometimes don't necessarily feel like they fit in the middle of the entire workforce. They don't necessarily feel like they fit in the regular.
Well, that's why bike work or bike messenger work is useful, because you get people that, you know, like you said, they don't fit into the workforce. But what does that mean? It just means that they don't want to, like, all right, the best way, Rossi puts it the best way. He says mess life is the best life. Fuck a suit and tie and that's life. You see, like, it has a different, there's a different mindset, you know, with working outdoors, riding your bike, hanging out with the homies. Like, it's different. Yes, you're not going to get rich doing it, you know?
No, definitely.
Not.
You got to have a side hustle. There's no way to.
But if you're looking for, you know, like that real world, like grime, if you're looking for like a real experience of what the city feels and looks like that's really one of the only ways.
That's the number one way to learn to identify your city from its roots. You get to find out every business, every neighbor.
How many people you know, they live in a town, like whatever fucking city, and they don't know shit about that city? You know what I mean?
Everybody.
You know, like there's a lot of people, you know. I feel like if I go to live somewhere, I want to know everything about that place, right?
At least in my neighboring cities, I can say, like, I'll walk up to like friends of mine, like, hey, do you know so and so or this and this is in your city? No, what the fuck? I'm like, how did I know?
Yeah.
Find out about your hometown, bro.
It's crazy, bro. But you can't blame people either.
Fuck around and find out.
You gotta first fuck around, and then that's how you find out, bro. Come on.
Right.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's never gonna get old.
No, honestly, that's dope, though. The fact that we're humans, we're always curious, and we always want to find out why.
Yeah.
Curiosity killed the cat.
Yeah, that's like that. Yeah, you know, you'll discover bad things, but at the same time, you also discover
great things.
amazing things, right? So, yeah, there's a little bit of risk factor, but fuck, if you're not taking risks to figure out life, you know, if you're in your comfort zone, if you never step out of your comfort zone.
What was that post? Everything that you want is out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's gonna take some discomfort to get the things that you want sometimes, and discomfort doesn't necessarily mean impossible. Discomfort just means that moment is weird.
No, I'm a little bit of a masochist myself. Like, I live for that discomfort. I live for.
I heard you.
know
Don't
what
worry.
I definitely have been pushed out of my comfort zone multiple times.
I do that shit to you every
This
day.
year, well, yeah, but the thing too is even like the races. Like I never saw myself racing.
Fixed gear. On gravel.
Dude, you're like
On a trail.
You're the only girl.
What the fuck?
Gravel.
Yeah, it's
crit
more
races.
fun.
Honestly, it sucks to say. Like I thought that would be more my thing. Like crit races definitely fucking bore me.
Same.
And I need
Really?
the fucking
Those
dirt.
Those are boring.
Like
as
I
fuck.
need the dirt.
I like the dirt. Let's be real.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that. I grew up riding fixed gear, and I love fixed gear, but I like the dirt just a little bit more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just a
Fixed gear
little
is
bit
so
more.
much fun. It's so much fun.
Bro,
Yeah, track lacrosse is the
Bro,
shit.
I was in SF when the track lacrosse thing became became one word thing. You know what I mean?
Ah.
Yeah, like we did that shit over there for sure.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I do believe that.
Before it even, I had a track lacrosse bike built in like 2017. You know, like, yeah. So it was definitely already a thing over there. Cause all right, you ride fixies, and then your homie's mountain bike. But then you want a mountain bike with your fixie. You know what I mean? It's like, well, how do I do that? You know?
Yeah.
You get a front disc brake, you know, and then fucking get some knobbies, get a frame that fits some 35s, you know, and then
at least
and you're in business.
at
That shit is
least
tight.
I trip out when I go sending shit off on my bike on trails. It's riding fixed dirt is a whole different experience than riding your 11-speed gravel bike, you know.
Me and my younger brother, we did a lot of mountain biking in the Bay Area. Like he is also a bike mechanic, and so he worked for different stores. So we met a lot of different bike mechanics, but definitely mountain biking is where it's at for me right now today.
I pulled into a shop. We pulled into a shop in SF. I bought a spare set of clips, I think, for the race. We were there a couple days early before the whole Mission Crit event, and
What shop was it? What shop was
the
it?
nicest, to be honest.
What shop was it? What
They're-
shop was it?
look, by name I can't remember them, but there is a few hangars before you start to climb up to the bridge.
Before you get to the bridge?
There's a few hangars alongside of the cliff at the bottom,
Okay.
along the bike path, and there's like a dead end and a U-turn.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you know roughly the area I'm talking about?
Kind of. Yeah.
It's
I don't know. It had like a bumblebee or some shit.
black something,
I like
Black
a-
Point.
B
Black Point.
For their main get up, like their clothes and stuff. Like it was like a B,
it was a B.
like a B logo or some shit.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Honestly, we pulled into this hangar. It was like literally a airplane.
Oh,
hangar.
inside of a hangar.
Yeah.
Oh, nah. I don't know
There's
that.
a few hangars actually alongside the cliffside on like the floor level, and it's before that big climb that you head up to the
Yeah,
Golden
that's
Gate
like
Bridge.
touristy trap
Yeah.
area type places. You know, like
Right, so we pulled up, and you can tell it's a full mountain bike shop. What the fuck? These guys are mountain bike boys.
Oh yeah, there's definitely. Like, I worked up there for High Trails Cyclery, strictly mountain bike shop. You know, there's
No, everything in there is mountain bikes.
There's a
I'm
bunch
like,
of stuff like that.
I'm like, Dad, damn, look at all these mountain bikes. I'm like, fuck.
Have you been mountain biking?
Honestly, not in that aspect. I have a 26er. I've taken it out onto our dirt trails a few times, but to tell me this has no suspension. I'm talking about like
Yeah.
one bike.
Well, honestly, like bikes, there's a little funny thing that happens with bikes, and especially with people who work on bikes. Like money is not everything. You know, like you don't have to spend like $8,000 on a full suspension bike to go ride. Like, you could have like a $500 bike. You probably have as much fun. You know. Yeah, it's gonna be like a weirder ride, you know.
I think you have more fun on the cheaper ones.
But you know the challenge, like you know, it's fun. Like the question is like where are you riding? You know, who you're riding with. These are the more important factors.
So
you know?
look, I've taken my beat up Steel 26 out to the same trails where I take out my Tracklo. Honestly, it's fun because you get the coast, right? But I've never rode a full suspension.
Well, you don't need a
bike.
full suspension, but you need But if you had like
Front suspension.
if you just had the right bike, if you had the right hardtail, with the right tires.
Man,
it
I'm
was
talking about like
tubeless.
a GT Outpost steel frame on 26s. These big old like 2.2 knobbies.
Throw it away, bro. Throw it in the trash.
Bro,
I'm
that
just
thing,
kidding.
that thing was like pillows on a cassette. I loved
No.
it.
You know, like the geometry, you know, all like, all right, so think of it this way, like when you go to a skate park, right? And you want to ride the bowl, you want to hit a rail, you want to hit a 5-0 grind or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you have a Walmart skateboard, can you do it?
I mean, if I'm day long.
Yeah, but, you know, but like the average Joe, like me, like if you get one of those skateboards that has no concave, like if you get one of those flat pieces of shit, like plywood boards with like the rubber wheels that suck ass, you're not gonna be able to do shit.
I'm not
on
gonna
that.
be able to, but there's always a guy that could.
There's always a guy that could. That's for sure. You know, that's for sure. But that's not me. You know.
Yeah.
Now that's all that spending money is.
Yeah.
Spending money on a bike is just additional crutches. Like how much? All right. The more suspension travel that you spend money on is just the more you can miss your landing and not kill yourself. You know what I mean? Like the more
It's
you
like
can.
cars.
Yeah.
The more
Like
expensive your car is, it's going to protect you a little bit better.
yeah, that's all it is. It's just
fuck that.
the more money you're spending, the less risk you're taking. Like the bigger the downhill bike, the more travel, the bigger the tire, all that's doing. The lighter the bike is, you can pick it up easier. You can climb faster. You can, it's just advantages is all it is. But in reality, like the terrain and what you're doing is the same. Like it's
Yeah,
the
no,
same
definitely.
thing.
What you're trying to tackle is still the same challenge, but
Yeah.
you're coming at it with different tools or equipment.
Yeah,
And
so-
obviously, like you said, crutches.
Yeah,
I do believe in that definition of paying more for a bike is definitely a crutch. You can accomplish something extravagant and impossible with absolutely almost nothing.
Now here's the trade-off. The more work you have to do on a bike, it could be interpreted as less fun. So the more you pay, the more fun it could be in a sick and twisted way. Where like, because it's a slippery slope. Once you jump on the slope of like, do I really need? You know what I mean? Like,
so me personally,
I need my cassette to be really fucking loud. You know what I mean? Like once you start doing that, that's it. You're spending like 5 racks.
me personally, I find the experience of suffering during a ride is enjoyable. When you're done, you look at what you just said.
It's part of it. It's part of it.
You can always go and look at your computer, your Garmin, your Strava, and say, look, that's what I did.
Well, that's the reason why I wouldn't ride an electric mountain bike. You know what I mean? I would only ride a regular mountain bike because when you're climbing, the whole idea is you get to the peak and you're like, wow, like I just climbed this. Like that was great.
So look, I just recently rode our friend's wife's bike the other day. Bunch's wife Leslie let me borrow their e-bike, and it had some knobbies, and I took it out on the trail to preview the course for our last race, which is on a dirt trail with Kenneth Hahn. It's a mountain bike course, and this thing's a tank. It's heavy. I put it on the lowest assist. It's a pedal assist, and I didn't want it to like push out on me, so I put it on a low level. I pedaled. I get it. I get what pedal assist is. I get what it's for. I get it. And I understand it, but at the same time, it's like, nah, it's not for me. It's cool, it's relaxing if you want to wear like your Vans or.
No, this is where e-bikes are cool. You don't do that with an e-bike. You don't buy an e-bike so that you can do the same thing you could do on a regular bike, because then it's just like boring and you're just like, no, you get an e-bike to go 45 miles an hour. You know what I mean?
Push yourself.
You get an e-bike so that you could go 100 miles on a bike. You get an e-bike so that you could do a 40-mile mountain bike ride instead of a 20-mile mountain bike ride. That's why you get an e-bike. Yeah, but for the most part, that's not what people are doing. They're just buying it, and they're just doing the same thing you could do on a regular bike.
Yeah.
And
Just
it's like,
commuting.
yeah. Just,
Well, all these kids too.
yeah.
Like,
Oh, dude, that's a
their
huge
fitness
problem
is
right
going
now.
down.
It's a huge problem right now. Like, there's like 1 million kids on e-bike. It's not even the fitness. Well, yes, that's a problem too.
No helmets.
But the fucking things are faster, and people are getting hurt all the time.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I honestly see. I'm from Orange County, Huntington Beach, and like, I see probably 12-year-old kids riding it with their baby sisters, baby brothers
In the back?
on,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
even on a seat, on the rack.
On the
no
rack.
shoes, no helmet, just chilling, like holding
wild,
on,
bro.
holding on
Wild.
to their like sibling.
Yeah, bro. People come to
Like how
the
fast?
bike shop. Oh, fast, dude.
Like
Go into
car-
the
like-
liquor store to get candy or something.
Like
and they're
car
just
fast, bro.
Like 25. And
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, the kids that she's referring to are running on like Super 73s, so they're just full throttle.
They're full
Yeah.
throttle.
And he's like,
They got
he's like,
pegs.
where's your helmet? You know, and he's like telling people like, wear your helmet.
I was
Yeah.
coming down.
It's dangerous, bro.
I was
It's
coming down
dangerous. Yeah, it really
PCH
is.
one day,
And people go through stop signs in Huntington Beach.
like no
like,
fucks given.
No, not only that, but like the ecological impact is retarded, bro. Like, you know, like it takes as much gas as it would take to like drive your truck until the truck died, like 350,000 miles, 400. Oh wait, it's coming back. It's coming back. It's coming back. Reconnect successful.
They're hearing our conversation about why not to go battery.
I know, right?
Why
They were
to
like,
go on
"Oh."
bikes?
We're getting
bro,
censored.
bro.
Kill
Biden,
cars.
Biden was like, we're gonna
No,
kill,
Newsom.
we're gonna kill electric car, or we're gonna kill gas powered cars by
That was-
2035,
That was
right?
That was California.
Oh, California, yeah.
Newsom.
Newsom, yeah. And then the next week, oh, please don't charge your electric cars during the heat wave, because
Yeah.
wait, what the fuck are we supposed to do then? Or do we drive gas cars? Or
No, you're supposed to get a horse and a carriage.
I know, right?
I think-
Ride your bike.
I think anyone
Ride your
driving,
bike, ride your
yeah, I think anyone driving a car is backwards.
Well,
You
you
know?
know, they say that most people are using cars only between, like, for dumb things, like between 1 to 3 miles, like they're using cars.
Well, that's what I was doing, to be honest.
Yeah.
Before I met him, I wasn't driving my car. I stayed in my own little bubble.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
ride my bike to work and whatnot, but then like going to like the grocery store, I'd go and drive my car. I
Yeah,
never really
yeah.
did anything with it.
Yeah, that's the thing, you know, like LA, like the infrastructure is designed to make it easy for you to do that, you know? So of course, that's what people, you know, they fall back on that. But that's where I think, all right, so here's the flip side of e-bikes. That's where I think e-bikes make a lot of sense. If you're commuting within 1 to 10 miles and you're going to work, right? And you don't want to drive a car, but you don't want to get sweaty like riding your bike to work. If you get an e-bike, you could easily smash that like 5 to 10 minute commute, like
Yeah.
no fucking problem. Like I used to ride a bike from where I used to live, like Lawndale to like Torrance. I used to do that like was like 4 or 5 miles, easy.
10 minutes maybe.
It saved me the
15.
stress of driving, because driving is stressful, bro.
Yeah.
Driving is bad for
Unpleasant,
your
too.
psyche. It's unpleasant. It's
Yeah.
you get mad and people get upset. Like it just fucks you up to drive.
Ride
So,
bikes for mental health.
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, yes. You know, exercise of any type is great. Being outside, getting air, you know. But getting on the bike and riding the e-bike to work and then riding the e-bike home, it was perfect. You know, like for things. There's a niche place for them. You know, like but that being said, like you know, that's not what people are using them for. You know, like it's just. What do we want the technology to do? What would be the ideal, optimal use? That's one thing. What are people doing with it? That's a whole completely different fucking thing, you know. Like, yeah, and yeah, kids, bro. Everyone and their moms is getting a fucking e-bike, scooter, fucking Walmart, like trash Chinese ones, you know. Like, it's just causing more trash. The landfills are probably getting filled up with all this shit, you know, like. Just stupid little bikes that are not even repairable.
No,
they're not even
that-
repairable.
Des, remember that one time I was telling you, hey, you see those bikes that have like those bladed spokes and the disc brakes and all
Oh
that?
yeah.
I was like, that's all those Amazon bikes that came out during COVID, right?
Yeah.
And then when you go to like actually say replace bearings or bolts,
Can't.
no, because they're not actual standard sized parts that are like industry standards.
Yeah.
You know, you have a standard 1-inch headset, you have a standard 1 1/8 headset, you have a standard 1 1/2 or a tapered, you know. But then you get these odd ass Amazon China bikes that are like 1/8 of an inch before the inch, and you're like, what the fuck kind of headset is
bro.
this?
That's our country's fault, bro, for fucking outsourcing labor to China, bro.
So much.
Why the fuck did we do that? Like when I remember, like when stuff was made here, it was just so much better. You know, like we're known for that. Like Chris King, like all these cool brands, they make stuff here. It's amazing products. They're great. Like
Chris King,
why don't we
White
just keep doing that,
Industries.
you
There's
know?
a few other brands that are
Yeah.
in-house made, and I'm okay with outsourcing from other countries. The point is, are we outsourcing directly from our country, or are we outsourcing directly to the source?
Yeah, and then
I'm okay with directly outsourcing to another source, because I know that, okay, at least that guy's, let's say he's a small business, he's making his money, I'm getting my stuff, and he's gonna prioritize that me as his client that's feeding him, he's gonna make sure my stuff comes to me correctly, right?
yeah, but that's not happening right now. You know.
I can say, for at least example, say you went out of your way and you purchased something that was, for example, out of Raqueta.
I'm not sure what that is. What is that?
Raqueta is a brand from out of Europe that used to be out of Russia, but they moved with the whole BS that's going on over there. And
War.
No, civil war as
War.
hell. And for example, I know that yes, we're directly outsourcing out of the country, but when you go and look at their products, and that we all know as a community, they ensure your product quality, not also the delivery and the customer service if you need something in return or in response, right?
Yeah.
I'm okay with outsourcing to someone that's responsible. But if you're outsourcing like third party type stuff, like, us, and then they're all going looking for cheaper labor, like, no, pay the people that are
The
in
bar
your
is
factory.
really low, bro. The bar is super low right now. We're talking like
Pay the
this
employee,
is just disposable
bro.
stuff. Like I always tell people when they come in a bike shop, like, and they're like, "Oh, I want to buy a bike," and I'm like, "Okay, here's a bike." They're like, $500. Why is it so much? I'm like,
That's cheap.
like, hold on, like, where have you seen cheaper? Oh, I was at Target and I saw this bike and it was like $200. I was like, yeah, that's like buying a disposable cup. You know, like you can buy a real cup or you can buy a disposable cup. The disposable cup does the job, and then you throw it away.
That's
You know what I mean? Like
perfect way
that's what it is. Like
I like
you know,
that.
These people
Yeah.
leave these bikes outside. They get rusty as fuck in like 2 weeks. You know, and
Yeah.
none of the shit works right after a little while. Like that's what they are. You know, okay, you need a bike for like a few days and you don't really ride bikes and you don't want to invest in an expensive bike. Okay, get one of those, right? And then you don't care about it. You don't care what happens to it, whatever. That's how those things end up in the trash or like on Craigslist for like $20 or something, you know, like that's just the way it goes. But if you want a real bike, if you want a bike that does its job for a long time, will last you for a long time, that's a different story, you know, like that we have to compete with this today, you know, Chinese products.
Yeah,
you know?
it sucks. You have to be able to make the people understand as well as the market, because the people are the people you know, but the market's just the general public.
Yeah.
How do you make the general public understand that you pay what you get?
Yeah, it all comes back to the same thing of, you know, we need to focus more on the smaller businesses, like you were saying, pedal movement. These guys do stuff in their community, right? And so that's what it just comes down to that. Like if you need a bike, you go down to your local bike person that knows about bikes. If you need your shoes fixed, you go to your local fucking, you know,
Shoe repair.
Yeah. If you need your computer fixed, you go to your local computer guy. If we just keep doing that, like, we'll continue to feed ourselves and we'll continue to have higher quality products, better products, you know. But if we instead think that we could do everything ourselves, if we're like, no, fuck that, I could go on Amazon and get this motherfucker for like cheap, you know. No, fuck that, I could fit, you know. If we just keep on doing everything ourselves and thinking that we're such big bosses or whatever, all we're really doing is feeding the industry, these like corporations. We're just giving fucking Jeff Bezos more money. We're just giving all these corporations more money, and they're just is leeching out of our community, you know. Like, we're supposed to be giving it back, you know. Like, that's why when I go eat food, like, even if I'm eating lunch, I'm like, where am I going? I'm like, oh, Panda Express? Nah. Like, what about that little Korean spot over there? Okay, fuck it, I'm gonna hit that one, you know. Like, I try and keep it like local, you know.
That's what I was saying earlier before we pulled up here. Edin's like, yo, pull over for a 12-pack. She pointed at 7-Eleven. I'm like,
Well, it was only because you were missing.
I know. It's just like out of mentality. My immediate mentality is, I looked around. I saw a liquor store that I couldn't get across traffic to. I went and busted a weird ass U-turn for it, which I could have got to 7-Eleven first. But in my mind is like, I'd rather the small business get the money than the corporate. And I get it. The 7-Eleven is also a franchise, but I'd rather support the small business, because at the end of the day, I run small business.
Yeah, or they probably live around here too, you know. Like,
More than likely.
more than likely.
They're still community members, and at that point, that means someone else can stay in the community. You get one less implant, and you get one less person coming in here trying to gentrify a neighborhood that's perfectly fine and quiet on its own You know?
Yeah, yeah. No, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't particularly believe in gentrification as like a thing that exists as a means of like displacement, but I do understand that big money pushes away little money for sure.
No, definitely. It's like you bring in corporate funded stuff, you're gonna push around the people that just are doing okay.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
You know, and
sure.
it's like when you go into a casino, you got this fat ass bankroll.
I don't walk into casinos now. Just playing.
You run out of them, huh?
No, my mind goes through some weird psychosis whenever I go into a casino or to a theme park.
I don't gamble.
I literally fall apart. Like I can't. Like my girlfriend would tell you. Like I went with her one time to Knott's. I literally almost like exploded out of the frustration. I was like, "Oh fuck, I can't be in here." You know what I mean?
The
like,
lines of people.
It just fucked with me. Like I just couldn't do it.
I don't
Yeah,
gamble
I'm the same.
personally.
Dude, I'm the fucking same.
I couldn't do it, bro. It was too
shit.
tough.
I don't gamble personally, but if you're the type that has a big bankroll, you can always walk in and make
I'm not the type.
right. But if you understand the concept at least, let's say
I got a little bankroll.
you can walk in with
Shit, it doesn't even roll up if I decided to.
Does it fold?
Oh wait, what am I talking about? Oh, we stacked, bro. We stacked.
Right, you can walk in with the big backing and bully people, and that's
Yeah,
my idea.
yeah.
Always support the little guy because you never know what the little guy's going behind.
That's true. Like even things that you don't think are enterprises, like the Chief Lunes brand of bike party rides or whatever, right? Like that's a thing, and people decide I want to support this thing, and they go on the ride and they buy merch and they, and then you guys set up vendors and you set up and you even pay me to do sound and to like bring speakers, and you think like, oh, why should we pay someone to bring speakers? I could just buy my own speakers or whatever the fuck, right? But it's like at the end of the day, it's like if you like I was saying earlier, if you just want to do everything yourself, if you're not cycling stuff around like the money, it's going nowhere, Yeah.
Honestly, I'm one of those people that can raise my hand and say I can't do everything myself. That's why I have a group of friends that back me up. To the we do some extreme shit, but at least we back each other up.
That's important, yeah. To be able to
you yourself being included in the circle, sharing a couple dollars your way so that we can make our night a little easier. I'm gonna do that twice.
Yeah, I feel it.
And if we can include another person, a vendor, a food vendor for one of our stops, fuck,
if they can make some money selling some food.
Right?
Why not?
We didn't need to go look for food. It was waiting for us. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
We didn't even need to go look for music and sound. The party was there waiting for us, or it was rolling with us.
Yeah.
See, like I'm always down to support homies. If you take a look at all of our vendors through this series and not just last year's series, they're all small businesses.
Yeah, I mean, I was at the Encino Velodrome with you guys, and it was fun.
Amp Components, new guy that joined us. He's Jim from Sacramento.
Yeah, I remember you guys talking about that dude, and he has some cool stuff.
He made some. He got his own laser equipment, and he started engraving stuff for Squid, I believe. And then we crossed paths on social media, and I said, "Hey, do you want to join us?" He's like, "I'll drive 5 hours to meet you."
Yeah, even I like you had I don't know who booked the other DJ guy, Merlin.
That's one of my homeboys from Long Beach.
Oh yeah.
He used to work for Maritime at the same time that I did, actually.
Yeah,
He's
that's
a bike
interesting.
messenger.
Well, that guy, he it doesn't happen. I was telling you guys it doesn't happen often, but we fucking hit it off like DJ wise. We were like, oh shit, and like we just started boom, boom.
Yeah.
Honestly,
got in the zone,
that's dope because
Yeah.
when you can cross paths with another person that's in your same hobby or your same interest, and you guys literally help each other climax whatever the situation is, that's dope. You guys have never met and you guys threw down.
Yeah, it was fun, and I hate to say it, but with the DJ culture and bands too, probably. But there's always fucking thing
I know,
where like,
it's always either like, oh, I don't know, you fools stay away from me, or it's very cliquey, like, oh, I kick it with these fools, or you're that guy that, look, I always play them at home.
Yeah,
So
and
stay away from me.
there's a lot of weirdness going around, so it's kind of cool to finally like be like, oh shit, and like we just like play this and play that, and we're just like fucking around and like doing our own thing. It's fun, when it happens, because it doesn't happen often, Unfortunately,
it doesn't. Because once, I guess, in every aspect, you get to such a high point that you can either pick and choose who you work with or who you don't work with.
Yeah, I feel it.
You know,
And that's the thing. I'm a everybody kind of person. Like I'll do bike ride stuff. I'll do punk, metal, thrash, techno. It doesn't matter to me. I'll do it all. It's good to be well rounded when it comes
definitely,
to.
I agree.
And even on our rides, like when on Chiefs rides when we're doing a ride, there's all kinds of people.
Yeah, the crowd's pretty mixed.
Yeah,
We can easily play any type of music and still have
and it will work. Yeah. That's awesome.
Everyone's banging in their heads and like,
Yeah,
dude.
techno ride becomes the metal ride.
Nah, maybe not metal because that's just that's more violent than techno. Shit.
nah, fuck that, shoot it.
No, I
Honestly,
mean we made it happen though. So
The Chief rides kind of remind me a little bit of Crank Mob, which I first started out riding Crank Mob, and it was so much fun.
Yeah, that's where I started as well.
Because you had so many different riders, and like it was fun.
I heard they just had a I was trying to go to the race. Unfortunately, I had a gig that day and I couldn't go.
Yeah,
I
we
was-
couldn't.
I was
We
so
were trying to go
tired.
too.
I was so
Yeah.
tired.
Yeah.
I wanted to go so bad. Like honestly, I still have Crank Mob mints
Oh,
that I
cool.
have
That's awesome.
to put in my spoke, but like I wanted to go. I was too.
Yeah,
tired.
it's one of those things where we're getting too old. Sometimes we miss shit.
and that's the type of ride that goes on all night long
Hell
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
boy.
until
Those
the
are the
sun
best.
And
comes
ones.
up.
I remember
Type
you
of-
used to start at like 10 to like 4 in the morning.
Yeah,
man.
this is the same thing from what I've heard. Like everyone was
I'm
like
too old for
still
that shit.
getting 12 packs at like 5 in the
Yeah.
morning. I'm like, damn.
But G
From
Lunes kind of
where?
reminds
I
me
don't know,
of
man.
that type of ride, but in an earlier setting,
Yeah.
and it's fun.
Man,
It-
if you would have came around for the earlier generations of True Lunes, that's what it was. Obviously a smaller crowd, but
Yeah.
that's what it was. We kicked it at Echo Park. We kicked it at the Culver City Stairs. We kicked it at fucking
Hollenbeck Park.
Yeah.
Hollenbeck. We've kicked it at
Hoover
Chevy
Park.
Chase.
See, one of the things too,
That's a
like
lot.
my friends and my mom, they're always like, "I'm so happy you got back into bikes. You always talked about it." Like, so I just want to say thank you to both of you for getting me back into that, because honestly, like it calms me. It's such a calming effect.
It's a relief to just be
so
on the saddle
fun.
and behind some bars.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
No, but I think for most of us, one, it's an outlet of frustration, energy, or positivity. But two, it's also, I find it the most direct way to socialize. I
Truly, yes.
network or socialize, whether you want to make it a business or a social aspect. I cannot make my living without knowing the people I know today. And
Yeah.
where I'm at today is because I ride.
I could see that. Like I have more than one of those niches that I like fall back on. Like I have like homies that do strictly techno and they're just like super techno heads and that's all they do.
Yeah.
And even then only industrial tech, only like certain type of techno. They don't even like other type, you know what I mean? So
It has to be
so,
dark.
yeah, it has to be
Dark wave,
it has to be that
post-punk,
stuff.
yeah.
I have homies that are into post punk and then so yes, there are like these niche groups, but once you meet one guy from there and you're like hanging out, then you can expand into that world. And so bikes are like that. Bikes, since there's so many people involved, from different cultures, you can meet different avenues and slide into different things,
Definitely.
Yeah, and music is kind of like that too. Like doing sound for different events is a lot of fun because it just could be all kinds of stuff. It just could be anything.
You never know who you meet.
Yeah, it could be anything.
Nowadays, we've kind of moved away from the whole, hey, you want my business card?
Yeah, now it's just like, hey, let me get your IG, bro.
Yeah, it's like, oh, what's your
Hey,
Instagram?
let me get your.
Like,
Hey, what's your ad, bro?
yeah, and it's like,
Now I just have an RFID chip on my laptop now.
Oh,
So now I'm
See?
just like, hey, just tap your phone right here, boop, and it just goes. And they're like, oh shit, yeah, that's how I do it now.
drunk ass
Wow.
fools coming up slapping their iPhone. Hey, fool, you just moved my set.
Damn. Yesterday I was at. Oh, this is a long week for me, man. I started off on Friday. I did an after hours gig. I got home like at 7 in the morning. I woke up a few hours later.
Hey, when you're asked to get home early, and you still get home early?
I know, right? That's technically early. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's early in the AM. Oh, fuck. And then yesterday we did the Poco Pocho cumbia party thing.
Hey, that's dope. Like, he was telling me about that. That's dope. You're able to click up with some of our homies. And it's
Yeah, those are your homies. You know what I mean?
like,
They were like, "Hey, can you do sound for us?" I was like, "Yeah, fuck it, let's go."
That's
That's a
honestly,
trip.
see, that's exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
Socializing or networking, whether it's for
Yeah.
personal or for business purposes. Just because we ride a bike, we still able to make each other's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those guys are a lot of fun too, you know. And their crowd was fun, you know, like East LA, Boyle Heights, like crew or whatever. It was hella fun.
Hell
You
yeah.
know? So you know, I appreciate you guys too, for fucking putting in the work and trying to make the cycling scene something, you know, as opposed to just whatever, you know, whatever it falls into. It has some organization, you know. You got the LAUWC thing going on, so that's also, you know, important in a lot of ways to keep shit moving,
Definitely.
keep shit pedaling around. Actually, I'll pull up the ticket link if you guys want to fucking for the
Please.
next race, so that
Jiggle.
you guys can know where to go. If you go to LAUWC, Los Angeles Underground World of Racing, and you hit the link tree, you can eventually get to the tickets here in case you wanted to register for the next race. And this is going to be October 29th. We're still working out the kinks of whether I'll be able to be there or not, just because, you know, October is like DJ
Yeah, it's a
month.
busy-
Yeah,
DJ
it's-
month, yeah.
We planned this ahead of time at the beginning of the year, knowing that, look, we're gonna compete with a lot of people for the date.
Yeah,
Specifically,
for sure.
And we just have to kind of grab our pair and stomp it out and call
But
it a night.
This is the last race of the season.
year, so
Yeah.
it's like, look, if we're gonna compete for the night, let it be the night that we end the year with. You know,
Cool.
like give everyone a party to be at, but also, you know, our homies that say, man, I couldn't be there because I was at a party. Why not give them a party to be at?
Pretty
Right?
much, yeah.
You know, so it's like that was the whole conversation we had. It's like we always have a Halloween party ride,
That's what I thought it was gonna be, more or less. Yeah.
right? But then we always have the Dia de los Muertos Reyes, which is Muerte Cruzada. But it's like, fuck it, do it all in one day. Party ride to the secret location, which we all know the secret location. We just can't legally say the location, place, intersection, address, you know? The thing is, it's like you give everyone all in one night the same place to be at, they're going to be there. And we get
Yeah.
it. Some people got to be home early for whatever purpose. They're going to leave. Cool. We still get our night done. We still plan for it.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. It sounds like it's gonna be a fun one for sure. You know.
It might be the last time we use this location, unfortunately.
Give me a
That's
hint. Of
That's what
the
we
location
said.
is.
No, we all know the pit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the pit. Okay.
Yeah, it's
It's
disappearing at some point. We just don't know when.
I was like, we started off this conversation with the pit.
Right? No, we just don't know when it's disappearing. It's all in the middle of city.
But we've been abusing that space, low key.
For years.
Uh,
The cycling community has
It's our
done
own.
so many events there.
It's our unofficial background to go party in, or backyard, you know, to go party in.
Yeah, some of my techno homies have spots, and you know, I've been to a few of these spots, but they're just not. I don't know. That spot's just chill. It's different, you know. These other ones are hard to get to, or like it's a tunnel, or you gotta go far, you know. Like it's just But this one's like, it's not too far. It's wide open. It's cutty. You know, it's out of the eyesight of like most public or large roads or whatever, right? So
Yeah, definitely. I like the fact of that.
Yeah, so that's also
I
pretty
also
sick.
like the fact that it's federal land.
Y'all keep saying that it's federal land. I'm like, what do
Cops
you?
can't come on it.
Yeah,
County
but-
and state officials can't cross the
Yeah,
line.
but cops will do whatever the fuck they want. You know what I mean? Like they're not. It's not like they're gonna hit it like a Grand Theft Auto 5,
Oh,
like
bro.
invisible barrier.
You
You're not
were-
gonna be like, oh shit, I can't go in there. That's not gonna happen. You know what I mean?
I know, but they've also came in there
Well,
strong.
question: if they come in, can we fuck them up?
You know, I want to say
They're
that.
not allowed to come in. Then it's just like you're not law anymore.
I want to say that if you did that, like you can really be that guy and be like in court and be like, yeah, but they were on federal land. And the judge is just gonna be like, man,
honestly-
fuck you,
Fuck you.
bow.
Your shit's done.
The
Voided.
homie did that
Voided.
last year? That fool pressed the cops so hard that they didn't want to fuck with him, bro.
Yeah, all
Like-
these First Amendment, Second Amendment.
No,
things,
honestly, he pulled all that shit on them,
Yeah.
and they just looked at him and they turned around.
yeah,
You're
it
talking
happens,
about Kyle?
Yeah.
Can we get him
Huh?
again?
Oh, is that your homie Kyle, your drummer?
Yeah.
That was a
yeah.
nutbag. Like, he's got a mouthpiece like a sniper though.
Let's get him.
Bro, don't you know that
Okay.
Civil Code 101 says that you can't just come up
Honestly.
here and ask me for ID, bro? What are
Yeah,
you doing, bro?
Yeah, no, honestly, he's on that shit. And
Can he do a class?
No, but you know what's fucked up about that was last year. What's fucked up about that? That everyone's seen him talking to the cops, so they think he's like a cop, like supporter.
Oh,
now.
you can't even be
No, he
seen
just
arguing
So
doesn't
with
like
shit.
when
cops.
they see him, they'd be like, "Aren't you that one fool that was talking to the cops that one night at the fireworks, right?" He's like, "Bro, I was trying to save all you motherfuckers from
Holy
like, getting
shit,
arrested."
I remember
That's
that
so
now.
fucking
I remember
reverse.
that now. I
Yeah.
fucking remember him at the end of the night and like arguing with the cops.
Yeah.
And it's so backwards because
Yeah.
someone sees you like as a cop collaborator, but homie turns around and says, "Food, you didn't get arrested that night because of me."
No.
Yeah.
He
Straight
kept
up.
on fucking with the cops, arguing with them, and I was like, "Hey, yo, shut the fuck up before you get arrested." You know, he
No,
was like
but-
this fucking close
I know,
from
but
getting
they-
snatched.
Like, look,
That fool didn't give a fuck, bro.
he didn't give a fuck, dog. You like cops,
Oh,
aren't
but
g-
people thought he was a collaborator. People thought he was a
Yeah.
sympathizer.
yeah.
Yes.
Cancel
Yeah.
culture, LA, fool.
That's wild, bro.
Yeah.
You can't even argue with the cops before someone mistakes you as a.
How about you know the facts before you
collaborator.
start canceling?
I know, right?
Yeah.
No, fuck that. I'm punching somebody.
Scary.
Like,
Oh, you're
fuck.
punching down.
Put it down.
Yeah, but main point, he
Oh,
wanted
okay.
the party to keep going on,
Yeah.
Of course, it
And-
did. Which it did after.
and like,
you know.
yeah, we got away with it.
It's what happened was we were working on a strategy. We were like, hey, like, you know,
We're
shut the fuck
fucked.
up and wait for him to leave, and then we're gonna continue the party over there. You know,
Yeah.
like that's what the idea was. Like, you know, with the cops, you gotta finesse them. You gotta lie to them. You know, you gotta be like, yeah, we're getting out of here, bro.
Yeah,
like,
that's
I
what
just
we were
gotta
doing
look
the
this
whole
up, you know?
night.
Yeah, that's what you gotta do. But you
Yeah.
know, sometimes people don't know that. You know, and they get all brute force. You know, they're like, no, fuck. The
People don't
fuck,
like to
you
be
know?
told what to do.
Yeah, like yeah, it's
Yeah.
usually like the anarchist fucking
Yeah.
people, bro. They're just like
That's
they
y'all,
have
bro.
to
That's
prove-
y'all.
Like
They
Amy,
have-
like
someone
Amy
has to prove
Winehouse
that
looking
they're,
chick
like-
and runs away.
Oh.
Nah, man, she got no street cred around here. I'm sorry.
Ooh.
Amy Winehouse, aka over there.
Ah,
Nah, bro. We gotta,
anarcho chick.
yeah, we gotta know you're down for your shit before you get the credit around here.
Yeah.
You can't just walk away from a fucking scuffle and
Hell no.
No.
And I saw
Like-
that shit.
Super lame.
Here's some flames to make this situation worse. I'm out of here.
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
pretty
that
much.
that earns you like the
fire starter.
yeah.
Oh
Literally.
shit, that's her name now, Firestarter.
Yeah,
You
fire.
just-
No, but she literally.
What is this, a
starts
Prodigy
fire.
song?
Yeah.
Hey, low key, I'm dying in this bitch right now. That's
Yeah.
fucking hot as
It's
fuck.
hot.
High
What's
key.
up?
Let's fucking call it.
I'm down.
Hey, this
That's
shit was
everything.
tight. Thank you guys for coming to the studio and fucking chatting. Next time we'll bring some more interesting characters.
And some AC.
I want to. How can I turn the AC on and it not make noise? You know?
Well, I mean, we're making noise shit.
All right, I'll try it next time and see if I can
Yeah.
filter out the audio somehow. I'll
okay.
fucking finesse it. Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
we came across the same issue yesterday when we were recording our interviews. Buses, trains, people
Oh
screaming,
fuck.
music.
Well, that was
Oh.
weird. Yeah, we had to actually like stop talking.
I don't mind like ambient noise, you know, but like what I
Yeah.
guess like
No,
like
I think it took over though. Like it took
Oh,
over
really?
the audio
Oh,
to the point where
shit,
like
yeah.
they'd be like, hang on.
oh
one
no.
moment, you know?
But yeah.
It was
No.
cool.
But you know, this is chill for now. You know, I'm still working on it. It's still work in progress. I've only
Hey.
been here like 2 weeks for like to a month or whatever. So like I'm still
Studio 2.0, right?
working out the kinks.
It's tight.
But appreciate you guys. Yeah. Fucking. If you guys know any other bike homies want to jump on the pod, let me know.
It's all
Definitely.
good.
All right, we're gonna sign out this bitch because
Peace.
I drank beer before breakfast.